One of the key issues with not just the V11, any of the cordless Dysons, is that they do not stand up on their own. You have to lean them back against something, hence this rubber pad that is designed exactly for it, which is fine on carpet because it sits there quite nicely. I found on my hardwood floor it slides down and hits the floor, which isn't great on your shiny new toy. So what to do? Well, you could drill the included stand to your wall, which is great if you can. If you can't, you can do what I did and buy a box. What's inside the box? Well, it is a Dyson freestanding charging unit, which we need to assemble and have a look at and see if it's any good or not. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? Another new toy for the V11, one out of necessity really. Because the problem with drilling these to the wall is that it's all very, very good if you can. I rent, and although we can put shelves up, obviously I could only put this up once, I couldn't keep moving it about. And we have no power in our hallway, it's very annoying. Haven't got enough space in our kitchen. Porch really could do with power as well, but it hasn't, so I have to screw it up in the front room. Which is great until I want to change the room around. And obviously I'm going to unbolt it, fill the holes in, and screw it up again. Other cordless, our old Beko cordless vacuum cleaner, it charges on its base, so we just had that chucked to the side of the front room and moved it about whenever. With the V11 we've had to wedge it down the side of the sofa to charge so it doesn't slide down, and it's a bit of a pain in the bum. So I went on the Manchester Vacs and got one of these. These are their charging stand. They're for cordless vacuum cleaners, as in you can fit other models to them. I'll put a link in the description so you can have a look for yourself, but basically any vacuum cleaner, they do have a list of ones that definitely fit, check that out first, but you can fit any vacuum cleaner thing to them. And it seemed like a great idea, so I thought I would try one out for myself. So here we go, we have the cordless vacuum floor stand instructions. They did have a couple of options. They had this as it came, just £45, which seems very good value. Plus I don't know if this is like how they do it or not, but there are different delivery options you can have next day. I chose the free one because they are a bit cheap. B, I was in no massive rush for it. It came the next day via TPD track delivery, so that's very good. I also actually, somewhere in here is something else, I also ordered another item which I'm sure we'll find at some point. Oh, there it is. I ordered that, which is a tool adapter, which they chucked in the box for free. So highly recommended. Obviously it has to be quite small, a filter or pack of bags or something, or they probably put this in a bigger box for you and send the whole lot. So a little tip there if you want to save on postage. So we have our instructions. Seem very comprehensive, and actually seems to be written in English, not Chinglish, if you know what Chinglish means. So we'll put those down for now and we shall get it all out and see what we get. So we have all of the hardware that is needed to assemble this. We do need to provide our own bolts to put the cleaner up, and I think that's mainly because obviously the different types of vacuum cleaner have different mounting holes, so you'll need to provide your own bolts, but Halfords will sell them dirt cheap, local DIY shops will sell them very cheap. Might already have some lying around, I did. So we have our fixing supplies. what is in this box. We have 1, 2, oh, this is very well made. 3 of those. Haven't got as far as to work out what each one is yet, so we shall get there. Polystyrene out the way. We have the main. We have a basket. There. So that's probably for holding stuff with the other 2 mounting holes. We have 1 and 2 made up like jobbies. And under here we have the base of the item itself. Obviously this is what sits on the floor with some nice feet built in as well. So I think, yep, that's everything in the box. So we'll put this to one side and get it assembled. Here we go then. So we have, let's check what we've got. We should have one of these, which we do. We should have one of these, which we do. One of those, basket, these, number 5, shelves. These are the shelves. You can see it. Oops, something fell down the back. And then everything else in here, we've got 3 cable clips, the nuts and bolts you need, various spinny things, foot pad, yeah, we got everything. Oh, we have some tools as well, which is excellent. I think all we need is a Phillips screwdriver. It says it on the website, so I have a Phillips screwdriver here. Yeah, please note the floor stand requires the use of a standard Phillips screwdriver, blah blah blah. So, cool. Always recommended that you construct this product on a flat surface. Assembly instructions. Move all components from the packaging. We have done that. Place the base stand on the floor. So this is the base stand, and we need to attach the feet, which for me is quite critical because obviously I wouldn't want to scratch it around the floor. So take the feet out. 4 double-sided sticky pads, really. I think more or less with this, if these do ever fall off, you can buy, because we buy them a lot, the self-adhesive furniture pads from the pound shop. So I don't think you're going to worry about that, although they're very nicely sized. I think you would struggle to rip one off if you weren't really unhelpfully careful. One there. Put this, come on, you need a fingernail as well, I think. That on there. So there we go, we have put our foam feet on the bottom. Align the feet of the lower frame, which is this, with the base. That makes sense. So we need the 2 M8 bolts, which are number 9, so they're the big chunky ones, which will be in this packet here, because there are a few sizes. We want these chaps. Ooh. And the thread is already in the bottom of there, so there's no messing around with spanners and nuts and bolts on this. Looking at the picture, these go at the back. So there we are. I'm going to turn this round so I can actually do it. It all sits flat as well when it's in. That's not bad. Put the first one in. There we go. And the second one. And actually for this we need to include the Allen key for these ones, so that's cool. Do those up nice and tight, not too tight so you don't strip the thread out. And we have the first part. It's already feeling quite sturdy. So, blah blah blah, move the base up. Attach the basket to the top of the lower frame using 2 M5 screws, washers and nuts. So we have 2 M5 screws, 2 M5 washers and the 2 M5 nuts, which are all here. So, can you see? Yeah, you can see that. That's marvellous. So yeah, we've got 2 locating holes at the back. Oh yeah, we need the washers, don't we? No, we need the plastic washers as well. Oof. That will be... Okay, we have a lot of washers. Two steel washers and 2 plastic washers. And ensure it is all arranged as per the diagram below. So, which way is this going? This is... So we have the screw, the washer, the little washer, then the big washer, that goes through there, then another plastic washer, 2 plastic washers, and the nut. I'll just put one on for now. Could possibly do with a pair of pliers that I didn't bring, but we'll be fine for now. 2 of those, so that there. Oh, that's it. It's an awful lot better when it's not bent sideways against the frame. Bit of polystyrene packaging, and we'll do those up. I can hold the nut with my finger and do it up. So there we go. That is set nicely. I'll fish this bit of polystyrene out of the way, and we shall move on to the next job. Okay, so our attachment basket is on. Now we need to attach the shelves to the lower frame using the remaining screws, steel washers, plastic washers, nuts and screw caps. Repeat with each shelf. So we'll do the bottom one first. Now these go rearwards as well, which makes sense. So we'll do this one first. So we need a screw cap and our bolt, the shelf, then metal washer, plastic washer and a nut. Then you need to get your spanner right. In fact, we'll do the other side first, just to hold it straight, and then we'll tighten them up. And when it's all on, simply pop the cover caps on to the screws. And then assemble the other shelves. And there we go, we have our attachment shelves. While we're down here, we may as well see how they work. So we can fit the fluffy head. We could fit the high torque head, but we obviously don't need to. We can put the turbo brush on there, and then this soft dusting brush can just sit on top. So we have, I could put my spare V10 head on there that I have. Marvellous. Right, time to put you up a little bit because we've got to fit the top part now. Now the top part works by these two little bolts here, and they screw into this bit here and basically clamp that top bit on, which is needed because obviously these do fit quite a lot of machines, so some adjustment will be required to get the right height. So we can start off with it down. Oh, that's a lovely sound, isn't it? And then simply lock it into whatever place we need. I don't know how tall it needs to be yet, so we'll leave that as it is for now. What is next? Well, actually now we need to locate the wall bracket and fix it. So let's do that. We have these mounting holes. Now the first thing I need to note is that if the cordless vacuum is a Vacs Slim Vac, then we need to stick the provided rubber fitment, which I think are these, 18. Yes, these around the eyelets on the mounting hole system, which will be those. I don't have a Slim Vac, so we don't need to worry about those. You do have a handy guide for different cleaners that you might have. I can see V6, V7, V8, Dyson DC31, Vac Slim Vac Dust Care, etc. But there is a much simpler way to do all that without worrying about that. You need to get the back plate for your cleaner. I put these on here this morning just so I didn't lose them. So hang on, these are the bolts I'm using. They're actually from a Hoover Junior. However, having seen all of the bolts that are putting the shelves together, the number 8, the M5X16 bolts will work fine. If you just get yourself a 2-pack of M5 bolts and nuts, you will be okay. In fact, I've actually got 2 of these screw caps left over as well, so I might see if I can put those on as well. So we shall line it up, and straight away those 2 fit, which is jolly marvellous. I'd imagine, I don't know cordless vacuums that well, but if you had a smaller mounting system, you probably could drill whatever holes you needed. It's only sheet metal, so in fact no, we won't fit those screw caps because the hole on the V11 is recessed. But yeah, so you could even adapt this further, but obviously at your own risk, etc. Me, well, I don't need to do that because it's already set up for the V11. And we're using a bit of vintage Hoover into the bargain as well. As I say, if you have a random assortment of nuts and bolts, anything will do. You obviously just can't use the included screws that Dyson provided. Obviously they're not provided in the kit because, well, they might not be deep enough, they might be too deep. It's a bit difficult to really say, and that is actually this assembled. Just got to do the part that is nothing to do with this and put the Dyson system together. And the way that the Dyson system works is in the little manual that came with it, because I've never actually put one of these together before. So we need the mains adapter, which I handily brought with me. But I can stick that in the little shelf, look. There we go. So I have to put the plug into there. That seems to just sit in there nicely, and then push down, no wait, 3B, push down until that snaps its two little tabs into place. There we go, so that is now locked in there, and then it gets a bit self-explanatory after that. Push the cable around and out of the bottom like so. I do believe I put that on upside down actually. I have. Oh, can't get the staff, can you? So yeah, that's my problem because I'm rushing and not really reading the instructions. Always read the instructions. I've never ever mounted a Dyson. I don't mount any cleaner to the wall, so I can put a lot of people who rent will be in the same boat as me. I can lob a shelf out, so obviously it stays put, but obviously I can't go nailing anything and everything to the wall, so I've never done it, which is why I've never used a Dyson dock. When I've had them on the V6 and the DC16 that I've had in the past, I've just left them in a box and sold them with the machine. Never actually used them. This is a first for me as well. There we go. That only took a couple of seconds. He says, struggling to get the back nut on. It's very, very sturdy. I'm taking a lot of force to push it around, and even so, it's like a Weeble. It always returns. Not that I would recommend you smash it about a bit, because it is a chunky piece of kit. It will, if you glance your back door with this, you've lost a window. Right. Now we can clip on. Oh, and that's it. It doesn't lift up like the V10 one used to. Excellent. Now, I'll just bring it down a little bit. We need to cable manage this thing. In fact, no, first, we do have some cable clips here. First, we need to check it for height, don't we? Because obviously, I don't know how tall the V11 is. And that really is a simple case of offer it up. Oh, in fact, that's actually nearly right as it is. Hold the top, undo these, and just basically lift it until. See, I don't know actually. You can have it so that the floor head touches there. You can have it so it touches it there, or you can have it so it hangs in the air completely normal. I think I shall have it like that. Just drop it down a bit so it's not too far off the floor, and then do these rear brackets up fairly tight. There we go. Oh, look at this mess. There we go. And now we can manage the cable, so we'll get the clips out. The last bits of packaging and whatnot that we need, and we have quite a few, so we'll stick one up there, one down here. Oh, they're differently sized. That's my problem, that is. The top bit is thinner. So that's something to bear in mind. These are differently sized for the two sizes of metal, and we'll stick one right at the bottom so it comes out nice and neatly. Obviously this is all personal preference. You can pepper the thing in cable ties if you really want, or stick one at the bottom to keep it, because they are that does sit a little bit loose, but I don't think I have any cable ties on me. But one nice cable tie right at that bottom will keep that nice and taut, and if you're OCD like me, keep you happy. And there we go. You can stand it up wherever it's handy and nicely dock your machine as if it was on the wall. It's not going anywhere. Most of that's the carpet really doing that wobbly. I have all of my tools sat on the back of it, and it's just grab and go. So you can grab it, and clean up the mess you made unboxing it. And then when you're done, simply drop it back onto the dock, and it will sit there and charge up nicely until you're ready to next use it. Because at the time of filming this, in late March 2019, you can't actually buy any charging stand from Dyson. I have some bits of paper here. They do have it listed. It is there. It is the floor dock, part number 96994404, with the wrong description that I think goes on about the clip-on. Didn't on about that, saying that you can handily store the combination and crevice tools on the wand of your vacuum. In fact, actually now I don't have to do that. Now I've got my charging dock. That's almost a bit redundant now. This is good because it's a bit annoying for getting into small places. So there we go, little extra there. It's not currently available online. They released a cleaner but didn't release the stand. Looking at the stand, there, look, it's a terrible quality. I'll see if I can put a proper picture on the actual video. It's just a stand, and you can drop the machine into it, but you have none of these tool holders down there for anything. Now I've been having to just chuck the tools. They've got the printer that sits next to the Dyson. I'll show you in a minute where it sits in our house and why this is such a good thing to have. So you would still have nothing at all to put it on. And then there's the idea of price. Now, because there's no price in the UK, and at the time of filming this video, if I check my phone, Dyson haven't responded to my Facebook message saying about how much it might cost. The V10 one I found on Amazon for $180, and it's huge. It's awful. Obviously it doesn't look like that on the V11 one. I can see why they changed it. That's the size of a massive cylinder. And again, you've got to disassemble the machine. Looking at that one on Amazon, you've got to take all that apart and then just dock the unit, which is no good at all. So for £45 with free next day track DPD shipping, blah blah blah, you have what I think is a much better system that you can literally lift up. And okay, it's not the lightest thing in the world, but on something like this, that's what you want, and place anywhere. So when we move our front room around in 3 weeks' time, whenever management decrees that it has to be, we can just move it somewhere else. It'll be absolutely fine, rather than me going, no, we can't move that because I bolted it to the flipping wall. Marvellous, right. Well, I'm not at my house, obviously I'm where I film, so we're going to take it home and I'm going to show you where it fits into my cluttered front room and see how well it looks where it needs to live. Here we are at my house with it all in place. Sits very nicely in a little gap between the sofa and the little drawer unit that we have. My printer, the lamp, rubbish on top of the printer, and fills a hole very nicely. I have changed a few things. I swapped all of the drawers around, and the little shelves, not drawers either, they're shelves, all around to the other way because there is ample space there for them all. Plus it's easy to get to. I won't be able to get to them down there, let's be honest. So that works well. I put the little dusting brush there, my little adapter that I need to do a video of there, so that basket is empty at the minute. Whole thing sits there quite nicely, charging happily. What are we on now? We're 90% now. Very good. Not had to drill any walls. Not had to mount it somewhere where it's then got to stay for the rest of its life. It is very rental friendly. So, there we go. I hope this has helped if you've been looking at one of these. Do highly recommend it. Like I say, they're very sturdy. Just pull off. And off you go. With the hamster out the way. Do your cleaning. And then pop it straight back on to charge. Just like that. So, grab yours now. Link is in the description. I reckon they'll fit all cordless machines, I'll be honest, because that's got a fair bit of height left. You could drill new holes if you were so way inclined. Just check, really. But yeah, a nice solution to a Dyson product that is not available yet, because as I say, you cannot buy the V11 dock at the time of writing this, and I imagine when you can, it's going to cost a lot more than 45 quid to be sent, and then you wouldn't be able to store anything on it, because this is literally just a stand for the vacuum. Not as practical as this. So, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.